a pen to correct yesterday's math assignment, you'll want to have your green packet out and ready to go. Open up to page 18. Your assignment was to finish the page. Question number 5, the answer was 19 over 36. Number 6 is 11 over 56. Number 7 is 8 over 21. Number 8 is 3 over 35. Number 9, the answer is 3/40. Number 10 was 3/6, and you would have simplified it to 1/2. Number 11 is 2/12, and you would have simplified it to 1/6. Number 12, the answer is 5 over 72. Number 13, the answer is 4/6, you would have simplified it to 2/3. Number 14 is 4/9. Number 15 is 1 over 72. And number 16 is 7/24. Open your daily summer practice book to day 12 so we can check yesterday's assignment. Question number 1, how much greater is 115,000 than 115? Well, I can see these 3 zeros, so it would be 1,000 times greater. Question 2, is this equation true? Remember in PEMDAS, we do parentheses, there aren't any exponents, there aren't any, so then we would multiply or divide first. So 2 times 5 is 10, and then we would add and subtract. So 12 minus 10 is 2. Oh, does that equal 2? No, so we will say no for that one. For number 3, I will put 5 over 1. 5 times 2 is 10. 1 times 5 is 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2. For question 4, it said each week Abigail gets an allowance of $10.50. How much money will she have after 8 weeks? So you would have wanted to multiply $10.50 times 8 weeks. 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 5 is 40. Put a 0, carry your 4. 8 times 0 is 0. Plus 4 is 4. 8 times 1 is 8. And my decimal would go 2 places over. So she would have $84. The last step, we're adding. 4 plus 3 is 7. 9 plus 0 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. 9 plus 2 is 10, 11. 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4, and then bring down my 2. My answer is 241,097. Please open your green summer school 6th grade math packet to page 19. Today we're subtracting fractions from whole numbers. Again, page 19. Today we're subtracting fractions from whole numbers. You should have a pencil in your hand and you should be solving the problems with me. We're going to start with problem number 1. Now I notice they don't give us a lot of room to write on this page, so you might want to solve the problem on the page before that. So if you open up your packet, you can see the page before that and you get a lot of white space on the back of that page to solve the problem. So let's take a look at number 1. We're subtracting a whole number from a fraction. So you can see typically we do a fraction from a fraction, but we don't have a fraction here. So what I need to do is I need to cross off my 13 and make it a 12. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a fraction here. So I've made it 12, and then to make that 13, since I'm using thirds, I would have 3 over 3. So I'd have 3/3 plus this 12. So this is a whole plus my 12 here. Still gives me 13. I just broke it up a little bit differently. All right, so now I'm ready to subtract my fractions. 3 minus 2 is 1, and I keep it over 3. And then I just bring down my 12. So the answer to number 1 is 12 1/3. Now let's take a look at number 3. Number 3, again, you're going to want to write this on your paper on the back of the previous page. Write down 13 minus 4/7. And notice I give myself a little bit of space here so I have room to write my fraction. So I have nothing minus 4/7. So I'm going to cross off my 13, make it a 12, and this time my fraction is going to be 7/7 because I'm using 7 as my denominator for my bottom fraction. All right, so I'm going to subtract my numerators. 7 minus 4 is 3 over 7. 12 minus nothing is 12. So the answer to number 3 is 12 3/7. Let's move on and do number 5. Number 5 is 13 minus 12/40. Again, write this somewhere on your paper and follow along with me. So 13 minus 12/40. If I'm going too fast, you can pause the video and go back and rewatch. So again, I have nothing to subtract my 12/40. So I'm going to cross off my 13, make it a 12. In this case, I'm going to have it be 40/40 because my denominator is 40. 40 minus 12 is what? Let's see. 40 minus 12 is 28. So I have 28/40, and then I'm going to bring down my 12. I know that I can simplify 28/40 because they're both even numbers. I could divide them both by 2, but I also know I can divide them both by 4. So I'm going to divide them both by 4 to get there a little bit faster. 28 divided by 4 is 7. 40 divided by 4 is 10. I'm going to bring over my 12. So the answer to number 5 is 12 7/10. And I can't simplify that anymore. Let's move on and try number 7. We're going to practice a few more of these because I know this is a little tricky today. Number 7. Please write somewhere on your paper 6 minus 19/50. Again, leaving some space next to your 6 because I have nothing to subtract my 19/50. So I'm going to cross off my 6. I'm going to make it a 5. And now I'm going to add 50/50 over here as my whole. 50 minus 19. I'm not sure. So find a spot. 50 minus 19. Let's subtract 31. So I'm going to put 31 over 50. And I'm going to bring down my 5. I can't simplify 31/50. So the answer to number 7 is 5 31/50. Let's move down and practice number 9. Number 9, we have nothing minus 4/8. I'm going to cross off my 2, make it a 1, and I'm going to add 8/8 over to the side. Now I can subtract. 8 minus 4 is 4 over 8. And then 1 minus nothing is 1. I know that I can simplify this. 4 is half of 8. I can divide them both by 2 and then 2 again, or I can divide them both by 4. My answer to number 9 will be 1 1/2. The last problem we're going to practice today is number 11 on page 19. So again, I have nothing minus 17/18. I'm going to cross off my 4, make it a 3, and I'm going to add 18/18 over to the side because 18 is my denominator down below. 18 minus 17 is 1 over my denominator of 18. 3 minus nothing is 3. And the answer to problem number 11 is 3 1/18. Your assignment is to do all of the even problems on page 19. So problems 2 through 16 are due tomorrow. Again, the even problems on page 19.